Elsewhere, NYSE-listed Vertical Aerospace reported its Q4 earnings earlier this week. I spoke with CEO Stuart Simpson about the work the company is doing. Check it out.
We are one of the world's leading operators and developers of electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or some people say flying taxis. In fact, we'll be much more than that when these come to market. Our aircraft, the VX4, is a tilt rotor, so it's got rotors that tilt backwards and forwards, and a wing. So it'll take off vertically like a helicopter, it'll accelerate and fly like an aircraft on the wing, and then it'll land vertically like a helicopter.
The recent earnings in the fourth quarter were recently released. Tell us where you think the industry is heading this year.
Yeah, of course. It's an incredibly exciting time for the industry. There has been a bit of a shakeout. If you step back a little bit, 50 years ago this was fantasy. 5 years ago it was very frothy. There were a lot of players. Now this is a reality. We're really starting to get a shakeout and a focus of funding flowing to the winners. And it's really designed around two things. One, if you've got the right design of aircraft, which we have with a wing tilt rotor, the capital is flowing to those people that are going to be the winners. And the other is funding. The funding raised in this sector is around 1.8 billion in the last quarter. So this is really becoming a reality. And the market's going to be huge. There's going to be multiple winners in this space.
Yeah, with your recent raise, could you explain what it is that you're going to be doing with the new money?
Yeah, absolutely. I relaunched the company last year. What I mean by that is I set out a Flight Plan 2030. It lays out clear financial and operating goals for 25, 28 through 30 and beyond. This year, we'll be expanding flight test envelope. We'll take off like a conventional aircraft. We'll fly in public airspace to prove this works as an aircraft. We'll then be doing the full transition, the take off like a helicopter, the accelerate and land like a helicopter. We'll be doing public demonstrations. We will actually initiate production of our final certified aircraft by signing long-term supply contracts with our Tier 1 aerospace suppliers. An incredibly busy year for us here.
Where is most of your manufacturing going to be done?
It's probably going to start in the UK. We're a UK-based company, around an hour and a half outside London. We're actually based in the historic area of the UK where we developed the first commercial airliners, the Concorde. We've got a very rich aviation history in the UK.
Talk us through more about the recent prototypes.
Yeah, of course. We're incredibly proud. We are one of only two companies in the whole world that are flying a full-scale piloted prototype. It's got 60% Tier 1 aerospace componentry. It's got our batteries that we design and build. It's got our propellers, and we bring the whole aircraft together. So it's very representative of what we'll be bringing to market over the next few years. And as I say, one of only two people in the world to be flying a full-size winged prototype.
Yeah, you know, with the whole tariff environment that we're seeing now, I'm curious what concerns you have as you embark on the manufacturing phase.
It's a great question. We've got a global supply chain. We've got a global customer base. I think you've seen the volatility around tariffs. It would be naive to try and plan a strategy around that. We're very comfortable that we understand how to manage whatever comes along, but we don't make short-term decisions on what may appear in the tariff environment.
What do you have to say to skeptics about your product?
I would say that this 50 years ago, it was a fantasy, and 5 years ago, it was frothy. There is a huge shakeout, and there are going to be multiple winners.